Hello and welcome to Sports Talk at the Sports Desk with myself, Chase Warden.
And I'm Zach Riggins. So Chase, big week last week for South sports, especially football won 70-6.
Homecoming game, that was sweet to watch from the stands. Halftime, our homecoming queen, Alyssa Brubeck with Down syndrome won homecoming queen. That was pretty sweet. Cool. Homecoming king, Aaron Chase Gray. Well, I predicted the score of the game to be like 35-6. I got the 6 right. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. But I should have multiplied our score by 2, and I would have got it perfect. Their only score came off a special teams kickoff return. Yeah. But last week our guest Kyle Reardon said that we fixed our special teams mistakes, but that's how they scored on the special teams. So what happened down there?
I'm not on kickoff, but definitely coaches were really upset. I think that what they said they saw in film was just that one side of this 5 guys on one side, 5 guys on the other. One side held up real well, so they did a return right, and then they just smushed everyone down and just found the lane. Went inside our far outside guy, smushed everyone else down, and was just off to the races.
All right, well, screw the negatives. All we had was positives on that game. We had 70 points. What happened well down on the field?
It was really cool. Just everybody was moving the ball. We were moving the ball well. Defense was getting 300 yards.
Didn't we even put on our JV, and they still just nonstop scoring?
Our JV was scoring too. It was really good defense, especially getting 3 and outs and stuff. And then whenever they'd punt, we'd get nice punt returns. Give us really good field position. We were playing on their side of the 50 basically the whole second quarter.
You know something's wrong with the other school whenever our JV scores half our points.
Yeah.
Of our 70 points. Yeah. Something's wrong with Ruskin a little bit there. That's okay. We also beat them in soccer yesterday, Thursday. I think 9-0.
It was 9-0, yeah. But even bigger than beating Ruskin, South beat our rivals Park Hill Tuesday, 2-1. That was a huge game.
Yeah, that was
very chippy game, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement down on the field. A lot of little I want to call them fights, but it was a very intense game.
Shoving, people going real up in the air for balls and making contact.
Yeah, they don't really look like a soccer game down there.
Yeah,
but we still got the win.
A lot of yellow cards.
A lot, yep. Volleyball had a big week as well.
Yeah, volleyball once again won both their games in 2 sets. Volleyball is just dominating everybody like they have all season. They play
even the national teams in
right.
Florida.
They have a big game coming up next week against Blue Springs South, so it's at home. That'll be competitive, so people should come out if they really want to see volleyball finally be put to a test at home. Like we said last week, they lost to Lee Summit West once, but Lee Summit West is coming up at home, so volleyball looks dominant, but they got a couple tough games coming up. Hopefully they can stay strong.
Something we haven't really talked about this year, my beloved cross-country team did pretty well in our meet yesterday. We had a meet at Grandview. Tucker Mellis got first for the 2nd year in a row as a freshman and sophomore.
It's very impressive.
Our 2nd runner, Gus Whitman, dropped out in the race. He didn't get a finish. And our 3rd runner, Kean Lenders, who hasn't been the best runner all 3 years, worked his butt off this summer and become our 3rd best runner this year and is beating everyone and finished 9th. And he finished 30th or 40th in the sophomore race, and now he's finishing 9th in the varsity race. That's good for him. We're doing pretty well this year. I don't think we'll win we might win conference. We have a tough conference this year. We moved up. We've won my freshman and sophomore year, but I don't know.
And I know that in the girls' race, Lizzie Jury's
finished 9th. Yep, that was pretty sweet to watch.
Cool. Yeah.
It's just all around good meet. I think our varsity finished 5th or 6th, then girls' varsity finished 6th. Yep. And there are a lot of teams there, so it was a good meet.
That's good. Good job, South Sports, this last week. Now we're going to move on to college sports. Last week, Mizzou beat Arizona State 24-20, got back on the winning track after their loss.
I didn't really get to watch it because I was in the middle of homecoming. But I heard that from my dad, I heard we did very well. James Franklin didn't play.
Thank goodness. James Franklin does not need to be playing the rest of the season. Burke Stresser plays his butt off.
Really?
Yes.
I think, again, like I said this last week, James Franklin just looks so nonchalant, and he needs to fix that.
I agree. Burke Stresser, I feel like
doesn't look nervous. You gotta be a little you can't just stand there.
Burke Stresser has the will to win, and I don't know if you heard about TJ Moe's press conference calling Burke Stresser extremely tough. Kind of calling out James Franklin away. Gary Pinkel talked about how James Franklin didn't want to take the shot to play in the game. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of people questioning James Franklin's toughness, and I think James Franklin has something to prove this week against South Carolina. So now we're going to go ahead and pick. You think Mizzou will beat South Carolina this week in Columbia, South Carolina?
South Carolina, no.
You don't think they're going to?
But I think it would be awesome if we did.
Right. I don't think they're going to either. I think they'll be competitive for at least the first half. I think they're
just like the Georgia game. I bet it'll be just like the Georgia game.
Okay, I agree. I don't know if the score will be quite as bad. I'm thinking like 35-21, something like that.
So, yeah, I mean, I wish that was the opposite way around, but
Yep.
you know, you can't win them all.
And then KU lost to TCU 20-6. They actually didn't play as bad as I thought they would. Kind of only held TCU to 20 points, but that's not that bad. They play at Northern Illinois this week.
That'll be a good game.
It will be a good game.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
Our editor-in-chief gave me the stat that Northern Illinois has won their last 16 home games. Kansas lost their last 16 road games. That doesn't look too good for the Jayhawks. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Northern Illinois in that one. I don't know about any sort of score, probably like 21-14, something
I
like
don't
that.
really know enough about Northern Illinois to make a pick, but I mean, I hope they beat KU, of course, but it'll be a good game.
And then K-State beat North Texas 35-21. They play a huge game against Oklahoma this week. Two of the top teams in the Big 12. You know, they're squaring off. Who you got?
You know, I got Oklahoma. You know, it's at Oklahoma. You know, you can't really. Not many teams can go into Norman and win football games there. It's a tough environment. You know, K-State's a good team, but I mean, Oklahoma's got it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Oklahoma's going to get the win. I think Colin Klein will play his butt off like always. I just don't.
It'll be close. It'll be close.
I don't think Colin Klein has enough weapons on offense to help him out.
Yeah, and the home field advantage of Oklahoma will take over near the end.
I agree. I think the score is going to be something like 28-17.
Yeah, less than 10 points difference. And also, there's a big game this weekend, Michigan at Notre Dame, one of the biggest rivalries in college football. Who do you got?
It's at Notre Dame, but I'm still going to go ahead and I'm going to take Denard Robinson. I don't think Notre Dame can handle the speed of him, and I don't think they can handle the speed of Michigan. I think they're a little bit slow. I know Notre Dame's really good this year, you know, top 25 team and stuff.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I got Notre Dame at home. I feel like they've really built their team up. You know, they were good about 5 or 6 years ago, then they kind of went down. Now they're back up again.
Yeah.
And they're trying to prove that to the nation, and I think they'll get it.
Should be a great game, though. And now we're going to go ahead and take the NFL picks of the week before we get out of here. Last week, Chiefs got just destroyed by the Bills, 35-17. Chiefs need to do something about that. I don't know if it's the front office or the coach.
We play at New Orleans this week, and if we don't beat them, we're going to go 0-5. We got tough games the next 2 weeks. Yeah. So if we don't win that, we're going to start at 0-5. That's absolutely unacceptable. So we got to win this game, but it'll be tough.
Yeah.
No more blaming it on injuries.
No,
it's all up to the
Cornell needs to do something.
You know, Pioli needs to do something too.
Yeah,
can't.
Our defense is just giving up way too much.
He has no more excuses as to why we're losing.
All right, so we'll go ahead.
That's all he's gotten away with his first couple of years.
We'll go ahead and pick all these NFL games.
I'm actually gonna pick Kansas City
to win at New Orleans.
Yeah, I think they'll win. They gotta get the jitters out, and they're gonna do it.
I disagree. I think New Orleans is gonna win at home. New Orleans is also 0-2, and they want to win just as bad as the Chiefs do. So.
They've each let up about the same amount of points defensively. So
yeah, and I think New Orleans has a more high-powered offense, but I agree. All right, St. Louis at Chicago.
I got Chicago.
Chicago, also.
Yeah.
Buffalo at Cleveland.
Buffalo, they look pretty good against the Chiefs. You know, they're really not that good of a team, but Cleveland's an awful team.
Yeah, I agree.
So I got Buffalo.
Tampa Bay at Dallas. That should be a good game. Tampa Bay's been playing better.
Yeah.
Dallas struggled last week.
But I still got Dallas in that huge stadium.
I got Dallas at home. It's their first home game. I think they'll get the W. New York at Miami. New York Jets.
I got New York in that.
I agree.
Sanchez,
New York.
You know, he'll get it.
I don't think Miami has enough to keep up with the defense of New York. San Francisco at Minnesota. Easy.
San Francisco.
Best team in the league, I think. Cincinnati at Washington.
RG3 all the way. Washington's got that.
I agree. I think Washington will win that. Detroit at Tennessee.
I got Detroit.
I'm going to take Tennessee at home. I just don't think Detroit knows exactly how to win yet. I think they're going to lose some games on the road this year, and I think this will be one of them. Jacksonville, Indianapolis.
You know, I still don't. They both got young quarterbacks. I still don't think Andrew Luck has got it figured. Actually, no. I'm gonna go with Indianapolis at home.
All right.
I feel like he'll get it figured out this week.
I agree. I got Indy and Philadelphia at Arizona.
Philadelphia.
Also, I think Arizona finally needs to lose a game. That's crazy. Atlanta at San Diego.
You know, these are two good teams, but I still got Atlanta.
I got Atlanta also. I think
they're on the road. I think they'll beat San Diego. Hopefully they win too. I don't want San Diego to win.
I agree. And then Houston at Denver. That'll be a good game.
I still got Denver. Peyton will figure it out.
I got Houston in that one. Pittsburgh at Oakland.
At home, I got Oakland.
I have Pittsburgh winning that game. Oakland has looked pretty bad in their first couple games.
And then New England at Baltimore, I got New England.
That's a big game. I got Baltimore. It's in Baltimore. Even though New England will start off 1-2. But then again, so would Baltimore if they lost. So.
And then Green Bay at Seattle. I'm going to go with Green Bay.
I'm going to go with Green Bay as well.
All right, well, we don't really have the standings from last week, but next week we'll have it for both these weeks, and we'll figure out who's winning our little fight going on here. Something I forgot to mention, Tuesday, girls golf conference. That'll be interesting to see how Cindy and Lindsay do in that. Well, that's basically all we have for you guys today. Be sure to try to come out to Grandview to support the football team tonight. Hopefully we get a win there. And that's basically all we have for you guys. I'm Chase Wharton.
And I'm Zach Hergitz. Thanks for watching.